Man, they just did not like Firefly. I have this guy's actual name written down, though. Joss Wegman.
It's Harmonium Joss Wheaton, come on.
Just leaves these fools up here. Nath, the door to the shop opens up all the way as one of these indepts kicks it in.
Mm-hmm.
Looks inside to investigate the sound of the yelling that he heard a moment ago. Are you making any effort to hide yourself in there?
No, I mean, I'm with you.
So he levels his sword down and he asks friend or foe. You tell him you're with him?
Yeah.
And he quickly motions back to the wall of force. Is that what you're doing?
I nod.
He says he owes you a drink.
Run as fast as you can and get anyone with magical arrows from your faction in here now. I can hold that thing down for 10 minutes.
He tells you he's not in any kind of faction, Burke.
Nath just sort of puts his hand at his temple. Get anyone who wants to kill that thing with any sort of magical arrow and get them all onto the rooftops. And when the bubble drops, we'll turn it into a pincushion. I can hold it for 10 minutes.
Liberation. I've got an 18, which I think hits, and nothing else even comes close.
That does. And that's all melee attacks.
7 points. Slashing damage as one of the indepts gets you with a dagger. Or a sword, or whatever it was. I rolled a d8. I figured that was fair.
That sounds longswordish.
So yeah, while this wall of forces of these indepts are absolutely...
You guys don't like Lois Vesterhoff's sing-along blog?
They're rolling out barrels.
Wizards.
They're undeterred.
Can it be with twosies? Wizards with twosies.
What's the actual dimensions of this spell? I might be able to solve this bullshit rat problem right now.
Rickard's about to bust out a spell called Extermination.
Adrazim's hard wilting? Shame we were fighting hardheads who would have brought prismatic spray.
Why does that matter?
So, oh, these are 10-foot panels. I might be able to get all of them then.
Are you gonna put my rats in a wall?
Yes.
Are you gonna make the rat cage?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's 10 foot by 10 foot panels, 10 of them.
That's the wrong color. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Man,
Nice.
that wizard does not like that one hardhead in there.
This guy is fucked.
But the walls are not the full 10 feet high.
Yeah, you're gonna get rats climbing on rats to get out of there.
I will come up with some impromptu rules on your turn for how many rat swarms can come out.
You mean once they disintegrate that guy? Absolutely demolish. Is he like is he looking up at the wizard above him going, "What the fuck?"
I'm making sure that this doesn't drop his hold person. It does. So these guys are no longer...
Held.
So he erects this wall of force, and then reaches down from where he's flying. The other hardhead throws his arm up, and he pulls him into the air. Make a quick athletics check on his behalf. And we'll just move them just outside of the range of the rats. This is a really messed up situation here.
This is a situation, yes.
It is.
A catastrophe.
A what?
A catastrophe.
Riots.
Mhm.
I'm going to need a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Blurp.
Aw.
Oh, doesn't look good for Riot.
How'd you do?
I think that turns into an 8.
An 8?
Yep, an 8.
And
Yeah.
you're polymorphed into a rat.
Oh, okay.
This wizard here levels the spell at you, which ends the hold person on these guys. They correctly assume you are the much bigger threat than a couple of indepts. And he taunts you by saying that rats seem to be the order of the day.
Now, that doesn't break my concentration or anything.
No.
Yeah. So,
will
like,
when-
this maelstrom still exists.
So that's going to bring us to Liberation.
Disengage.
Okay.
And it's 5, 10, 20, 30, 40. $50 and dodge.
Dodge there.
Yeah.
Rat Riot.
Now, this is not on the map. Like,
Right.
we're off the map here, quite literally.
It's just that road just continues down and then eventually opens
No,
up into
yeah.
a smaller square.
Here's the thing. I don't care about the road. I want to know where can I go down these things that they can't follow.
That they can't follow?
Because I'm a rat now. I'm very small.
Pretty much anywhere you, like if you try to go in between like boxes or cans or anything, they'll be able to kick them over easily. If you're going to try to hide, I'll let you attempt it at disadvantage.
Yeah, I'm not really trying to do either of those things. I'm like, I want to go through a narrow crack or something.
Okay. Make a perception check.
Okay.
That's good.
That's all right. My perception, as you know, is not great. So this only turns into a 26.
Now make a percentile roll, and higher is better.
Okay.
Higher's always better.
Let me tint one of these real quick. Okay. Green is high, or green is 10s rather. 79.
79.
Yeah.
You do find a crack in the wall of this shop here
Okay.
that you might be able to scurry through.
Let's scurry through that then.
Okay. Where's Photoshop at? There it is. Going into this shop, you hear the sound of metal striking metal.
Mhm.
And you don't have a lot of time to get acclimated to your surroundings. You're still very disoriented because now your eye line is ankle level.
Mhm.
But it sounds like somebody's striking an anvil.
Okay.
So your attempt was just get into the shop, or are you going to attempt to take an action?
I'm gonna hide.
Okay, go ahead and roll a hide check.
Okay.
And you can make this at advantage because you're a rat.
Yeah.
And because nobody's seeing you at the moment. And there's lots of places to hide in here.
Let's see. That turns into a 19.
Pretty good.
Okay. It's going to bring us to Nath.
Actually, what's red stealth thing? 'Cause I
So you're
think I have
trained
that.
in stealth.
Yeah.
I'll
Look it up and I'll tell you the new result in a
as
second.
Liberation in Joss Whedon's armor, or is it Joss Whedon?
You see him as Joss Whedon.
Do I know Joss Whedon?
Probably not.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I'll leave that up to you, because he was a pretty high up Harmonian. It's just he was stationed on Arcadia.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't know him then.
I mean, but you did say you did stop an arrow for him.
Oh, that was a mistake on my part. Sorry.
Well,
No, actually, it wasn't. He would be trying to keep people from hurting.
Yeah, he would have stopped an
Okay,
arrow
I know
for
what
his
I'm gonna
fellow
do.
hardhead. These guys
I'll say,
outside
I got
are...
this.
Go
I'm
ahead.
gonna say I got this one, boys.
Hi.
Grab him, dimension door. You're coming
What?
with me, and I'll wink.
Where are you dimension dooring to?
Well, is he willing to come along or not? Because I can't take unwilling targets.
I it's kind of like where you okay. Yeah, go ahead and take me wherever.
500 feet in the direction of Mahogany shop.
Okay.
That's off in this direction.
Yeah, that's down this somewhere. That effectively puts you outside of the battle for the time being. So what's your plan? Is your plan to keep that wall of force up for as long as possible, then come back after...
I told them to bring all the archers they can get.
Okay.
But right now I'm gonna have to talk Joss Wheaton into leaving.
I mean, you guys did have the telepathic bond and stuff up.
That got EMP'd.
That got blown up.
Right, but that...
Oh, but he would have told me that he was disguised
Yeah,
as Joss
exactly.
Wheaton. Okay, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, no, that makes okay. No retconning involved.
Yep. Get out of that. They're gonna stab you.
Mahogany, what's up with you?
Alright, I'm gonna... what I can only describe this as Fievel's an American Tale. These rats on top of each other, and then they're just going to be jumping at this guy being held so that they can climb up and bite the wizard.
Okay. Each one of these panels is 10 feet tall.
Okay.
So... And this is going to cause significant damage to the rats on the bottom of the pyramid.
Yeah, well, you know.
So for every swarm you want to get over the top of this 10-foot wall, you will effectively have to kill 2 swarms.
Okay, so a third of them make it
Yeah.
at the wizard?
Well, the wizard's still flying. He's put the Harmonian
Right.
guy down on the outside of the cage.
What can they... How high is he?
How high is who?
Can they jump at him?
You can't get the wizard now. If they don't have a fly speed, I'm not going to let him hit this wizard.
Ah.
It's just not going to happen.
What if I said they had a fly speed?
They don't. then you're lying, and I will just kill all of your rats.
I'm looking at the rat stat block right now.
And they have a
other
fly
reason.
speed.
Nope, they don't.
So
I
if,
wish
you're-
they did.
if you want to just pile on each other to get over this 10-foot high wall,
Yeah, they'll do that.
okay.
They're
So
rats, dude.
go ahead and kill 2/3 of them, having been crushed under their Rodentia brethren.
Well,
I'm trying to save you bookkeeping. I'm making
It's for
things
the cause.
easier on you.
He's going to name every one of those swarms.
now I have 6 uninjured rat swarms. And yeah, if he dropped this guy, they're going to
Yeah,
totally
he
take
said
him
him-
out.
Well, he's too heavy to hold the whole time, so yeah, he set him back down. Yeah, go ahead and roll that many attack rolls. Don't put the d20s in the wrong bag this time.
Well, you can't stop me.
I want to thank whoever went through here and took all the d6s and put them off to the side.
Yes. This has been an unmitigated disaster.
2 hits.
Okay, go ahead and roll damage.
Not as impressive as that one guy who got eated.
For 10 piercing.
This guy has not been damaged before. No, he was. He was one of the guys in the maelstrom. Oh, so the rats eat him alive. He's dead.
Yeah.
And what's Mahogany doing in the force cage?
Sitting down.
Just chilling. All right.
I'm in a force cage. What do you want from me?
You can make charisma checks to break his.
No, I can't.
If
I don't
you-
have any magic to leave it with.
Oh, okay. Well, then no.
Well,
You're stuck
I
there.
have 1 spell to leave it with, and I'm going to
Oh,
save
I
that.
see. Yeah, I was misreading the spell. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I've only got 1 shot at it though, so and then my charisma's real bad. So that's a last case scenario.
Riot, you hear considerable banging on the wall outside where you scurried in, as the men in the alley are kicking over trash cans and things trying to find you. How many are still in the maelstrom? Let's move everybody out of them who's not in the maelstrom yet.
Yeah, I think it's 3, possibly 4. I don't know if this guy's in or out.
He's in. He barely made it. Okay. That's an edge case, but I have no love for these guys. Who cares? Alright, so 4 saves real quick. I have 1 pass.
Okay. I'll just let you choose who passes this time.
I don't think it's going to matter, because even the half damage...
Oh, there's no half damage, though.
Oh, okay.
The ones who fail take 20 damage.
So we'll have this guy pass. So, dead. Riot's kill count is pretty impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Riot.
This guy has no chance of surviving the Harmonium taking him out. Big guy's not stunned, but he's inside of a wall of force and has no way to disintegrate it.
Jail.
Ooh. This guy will actually take some damage. Not a lot of damage, mind you, but some damage. And these guys are going to start doing what they can to set up arrows. So I'm going to remove... or consolidate, rather, because by the time you guys are ready to take the big guy, we'll be able to deal with those. These guys are still in... So this is how many in-depths got the order to try to locate magical arrows. Okay, that's going to bring us to... Wizards.
Of the coast.
The wizards.
Riot, from your hiding place, you see the door to the shop kicked open by one of the hardheads. And the wizard looks inside. And you hear him exchange some angry words with the proprietor of the shop, who sounds dwarvish to your ears. Essentially, the wizard is ordering him to vacate the premises. They have it surrounded. They have reason to believe that yada, yada, yada. And this man has no intention whatsoever of vacating his own shop. He says that he stayed out of the violence. He didn't raise arms against any Harmonium. And that he'll die before he vacates. And the wizard looks more than happy to oblige.
Sir, we're pest control. We have reason to believe you have a rat on the premises.
And this... he's going to fly over this way towards this other group of hardheads. He doesn't need this wall anymore. So he'll drop that and attempts hold person again. Nice fails. Alright, liberation.
I will doff the armor that makes me look like Lieutenant Joss Wegman.
Okay.
And clap Nath on the shoulder and say, "Thanks for bailing me out of there, at least."
So what are you and Nath doing, having left the battlefield? Like, what's your plan before returning to deal with the big guy?
I don't know. Nath is the one that brought us here.
Riot.
Mm-hmm.
What's your plan to save this dwarf?
Listen, I don't have a plan to save anybody at this point. Except myself.
Except Riot.
So you're
Yeah.
staying hidden?
I'm actually going to try and find a way to the next shop over.
Okay, make another perception check.
Okay.
Don't worry, I have a plan to save Riot.
Oh, from in there?
Yeah.
Cool.
It's going to be
this-
really good. You're going to love it.
Yeah, this is a 19.
19? Okay, make a percentile roll. Roll high.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
want to roll high on this.
Yep.
Otherwise, it's going to get real funny.
Oh yeah.
59.
Oh,
59.
See, I thought it was usually
No.
the discolored one is 10s for me.
I always use the green. That's what I say. Green is 10s.
So yeah, you make your way into the next shop, and it looks like a carpentry shop. It does not seem to be anybody in it.
Okay. And I'm going to hide again.
Okay. Go ahead and make that roll.
This is a mere 16, but nobody's looking for me in here, so.
I guess technically you can't hide because you used your action on a perception check.
Oh yeah, that's
But
true.
you're
Okay.
a rat. You climbed under. You just ran under something.
Yeah.
Under a table. Smells like Mahogany's shop in here. So Nath, what is the plan for the moment?
I have 1 3rd-level spell left. Do I know the name of any of? I've met some of Dwarf's high-ups lieutenants, right? Like some of the people he actually would trust with this sort of work.
I don't think those NPCs actually have names, but yeah, you've met some of them.
Yeah.
How about Happy?
I'm going to do
yeah,
ascending to one of them and tell them, Harmonium monstrosity in the center of the marketplace. Bring all the heavies you can. Careful, still some mages there.
Okay.
Bubbled with force. That's 25.
Mahogany, what's up with you?
All right, so remind me what they're looking for in that guy's shop.
In this guy's shop, you saw Riot get turned into a rat,
Yeah.
and then she disappeared from sight, and then the Harmonium started surrounding the shop.
Yeah.
This wizard
So
guy.
they're looking for a rat in that shop?
So do they actually have that much movement?
Yeah. They can dash.
They double move, yeah.
Okay, make a perception check.
Uh, 17.
17. Okay, so you find the same basic trap. These two guys are both going to take attacks of opportunity against your rats.
Yeah, go ahead.
2 hits, 16 and 18.
Yeah.
8 damage from the first swing,
Yeah.
8 damage from the second swing,
Okay.
and take one of the swarms at full hit points and just
Yeah.
make them bloody. Chop half their hit points off.
Okay.
Because some amount of rats are getting stuck in rat traps set
Yeah.
on the inside of the house.
Yeah.
So what are these
Still.
rats doing once they go inside?
They're basically making a ruckus and making it impossible for someone to look for a riot.
Okay.
Like, basically, this is for Riot to, like, make the Harmonium look ridiculous. Because they now need to find a rat in a rat swarm. Let me rephrase that. They need to find a rat in 6 rat swarms.
It's going to bring us to... But what are you actually doing in the force cage?
I'm still sitting down. What do you want me to do in this one? Push-ups.
Just... Okay, there you go. That's what I was waiting for the smart aleck answer.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you have... Are you able to see and hear from this rat swarm?
No.
No. Okay.
No cool. There's no cool familiar shit.
Riot. You hear the sounds of combat in the next building over. as these harmonium start attacking this poor dwarf, basically. You hear the sounds of crying and injuries. He's not dead, but he wasn't putting up much of a fight.
Yeah.
You also hear the sounds of many, many rats.
Yeah. Not a lot I can do for this guy in rat form.
Let's see how one of these in-depths fares. Not well. At all. You know what? I'm not going to roll for this guy. I'm just going to kill him. In-depths. They missed. This guy's going to run to his death because he's got nothing better to do. Those two missed. Okay, it's going to bring us back around to wizards. Things pretty much look well in hand for the harmonium at this point. What is Riot's eventual goal? To continue on putting distance?
Stealth from cart to cart until she can get down here.
Okay.
And leave.
And so within the hour, or after the hour rather, the polymorph wears off and you regain your true form.
Yeah.
As for... How long does the Wall of Force last?
10 minutes.
10 minutes. Okay, let's go ahead and come off of initiative. So, Riot, you're still a rat for the time being.
Mm-hmm.
Mahogany.
Yeah.
Watching from the Force Cage, eventually, I mean, one by one, you feel your rat swarms being slaughtered inside of this shop. You no longer hear the cries of the dwarf. And eventually, these harmonium re-exit the shop. The last few in-depths putting up a resistance are killed in the street. A large amount of in-depths you watched flee off in this direction. And after a few moments, after it seems like things are well in hand, the two wizards fly up to your position.
Before that happens, I'd like to real quickly make my one try to escape roll.
Okay. With what?
Wall of Thorns, teleport. Transport 5 plants.
Okay.
I have one chance at this. I don't have enough spell slots to cast it again.
When are you doing this? Like before?
I'm doing this like when my rats start dying.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Okay, go ahead and
This looks like it's over.
make the charisma. It's a charisma saving throw, yes?
Yeah, and I'm bad at those.
Good luck.
Yeah.
I mean, the save DC isn't terrible. You might be okay.
I've got a shit ton of belief points. I might auto success if I decide.
You could do that.
Yay.
And
You're
it's off
always
the
saying.
table. There it goes. Goodbye.
That looked less like a dice roll, more like a bowling throw.
12?
12 doesn't do it.
No.
So the two
Can I
wizards
believe it?
come up. And
Well, let me, because it does destroy my Wall of Thorns.
so you're just decorating, that's all.
Yeah.
And the wizards, I mean, they're going to arrest you. They say that you've caused a lot of harm and violence today.
Mm-hmm.
They have this long list of charges they're going to bring you in on. Do you resist the arrest at all?
Oh, fuck yes.
So when they ask you, are you going to be a problem when we remove this cage, or will you come quietly?
I say I'll come quietly.
That's what you. But you don't mean that.
No.
Okay.
Let me put it this way. Held action, the second they remove that force keys, I shapeshift into an air elemental and I'm out.
Before that, make a charisma deception check.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
not super great at those. No, it's not only obvious.
He
At
can't
this
even
point,
keep the
it's so
sarcasm
obvious.
out of his
It kind
voice.
of, yeah. At this point, it's so obvious. It almost sounds like Mahogany's trying to make it sound obvious.
So Mahogany says, "Oh yeah, I'll go quietly, no problem." But as he's doing that, he's like making that jerk off motion with his hand.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
You're not my dad.
I still have some spell slots left. I can make this work for me. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Can't do better at those.
He is, actually.
He
Is the
is.
force cage still up?
Yes.
Because spells can't pass through that.
Oh yeah, you're right. Never mind. Don't make this then. Good point.
Yeah.
So your plan is, as soon as the force cage comes down, is to turn into an air elemental.
Yeah, and book.
Okay. In that case, they don't believe you're going to go quietly.
No.
Here's what
No
happens
one believes
next.
that.
They bring some of these hardheads and get them up on the roof with you.
Man, I can't believe all these end-ups are abandoning me.
2 of them armed with planner man catchers.
Right, in case I teleport. Which I can't do.
Make a dex check. You have to roll particularly high. You might
Does
get
it
out
make
of this yet.
make this in your ML form?
It depends on if it happens pre or post force cage going down.
Well, this is going to determine whether or not he can shift into an air elemental before they hit him with
Oh,
man
I see.
catchers.
Does
It's
that
basically
prevent
just a
that?
quick
Check.
initiative check.
Do man catchers prevent shapeshifting?
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah, I fail that.
You fail that. Okay. But I still have to hit your AC. I hit a 19.
Oh no!
The other one didn't
Yeah.
hit at all. The other one rolled a 1. The other one fucking hit his own butt.
19 is my AC, so you hit.
Okay. 7, 8, 9, 10 points of damage,
Yeah, that's fine.
and you're snared by the man catcher.
Okay.
What's your plan for getting away now? Or can we just abstract this for the beginning of next session?
I mean, how are they planning on getting me out of here?
They just
Because I'll
mark-
come quietly until the moment I see a chance to escape.
Okay. Because
Because if they're going to walk me out of the marketplace, I'm thinking I'm going to be walking past a lot of in-depths who might make some trouble.
And there are none. I mean, there are, but at this point, the Harmonium have things pretty much on lockdown in this part of the Bazaar. However, while they have things kind of on lockdown,
Mhm.
it was a much harder fight than they were hoping for. There are a lot more dead and wounded than they were hoping for. On their side. A lot of them were naked for much of the fight. So they're going to march you to the barracks. As you're snared in this man catcher, one of them puts manacles on your wrist and marches you that way. Do you say or do anything while that's happening?
No.
Yeah, and he says he's going to enjoy watching you hang. The rest of you guys, fast forward about an hour or so. By this point, the Harmonium are in control of the square. Riot, you're no longer a rat anymore. What's your goal after you shift back?
It's way too late to do anything about the wounded in-depths at this point.
You could go out in rat form and try to heal them if you want to put yourself at risk.
I don't think I can cast spells in that form, though.
No, you can't.
I think that's like a major reason that why I wasn't doing anything in rat form, because I'm just a rat.
Yeah.
I can't cast spells.
Okay.
Yeah, and by the time that wears off, like they're in no position to be helped.
Okay.
I think I would just try and look for. I would try and rendezvous with my teammates, Liberation, Nath, Mahogany.
You find Liberation in Nath, but not Mahogany.
When I don't find Mahogany, I'll cast Descending to
Okay. Mahogany, you receive Ascending.
Yeah. Mahogany, where are you at?
And I give a accurate description of where we are at that point in time.
He's being
if we're already at
the
the
barracks.
Yeah. I tell him the street we're on.
Okay.
Okay. How many? Yeah. Do I have enough for a second sending? Probably not. I get it to use it if I do.
I've got my highest valence left, but that's it.
If we go quick, we might be able to intercept Mahogany before they bring him into the barracks.
Yep.
You probably need a way to fly to do that. To make it there in time.
Yeah, I'm out of polymorph. Out of polymorph, out of dimension door, out of all that stuff.
I don't have anything like that. I have like I said, I have my single highest valence, and that's it. I don't have any flight today.
Could I break the man catcher with a dispel magic?
Possible, but not likely, because a trick that obvious they'd be prepared for. If it was that easy, everybody would break.
The man catcher with a 7th level dispel magic.
That is much more likely. Yes.
Yeah, because
All
all
I
I
get
got,
plus 10 to my checks to dispel things.
all I have is my bullshit dispel, and that's what I got.
So, here's how we leave things in the square. It was a hard-fought battle for the Harmonium. They suffered a lot more casualties than they were expecting, not only just in terms of men down, but also in the public eye. Here's what happened throughout the fight. There was a huge cadre of naked hardheads, because of seeming. The Doomguard bowman, who was indiscriminately murdering people, was killed. It snowed for a little while. Some of them were bumping into each other because of confusion. Riot also saved a lot of lives with her aura of vitality. Liberation went out of his way to make sure that his men conducted no civilian casualties. And then all his groups dispersed before they had a chance to enter the fray. Nath saved some lives with Sleep Spell. He also disabled several hardhead murderers who were going around, and saved lives with Arcane Ward. Mahogany used some walls of stone to make it look like it's absolutely the hardhead starting the fight and not the Indepts. He filled the entire square with rats.
Twice.
You have the sensory stone with the record.
Yeah.
But without some fast thinking on your part or the intervention of your friends, that's very likely to be confiscated from you.
Can we see the sigil map real quick?
Yeah, let me get that back out. We're done with this map for now. Actually, I'm going to save this map because you got to come back and fight the big guy eventually.
Okay.
What, were you expecting to not fight the big guy?
I'm kind of, yeah. I mean, what that's.
I think as long as the big guy's standing, the Harmonium controls the square.
It's Sigil. They might just build a bar around him.
Now, just so you know, I had every single shop and cart itemized in a spreadsheet, so I know what's in all of this shit.
Yeah.
How many hats were in that square?
Just the ones that were on people's heads.
I probably would have asked more, but like it just didn't come up for me.
It just, yeah, I didn't really have time to start poking around.
I was in a force cage.
Riot would have gotten banished if she hadn't passed that one spell. Congratulations on not getting banished.
Yeah. I'm a little bit surprised I escaped with my life after being polymorphed into a rat.
That's what the percentage rolls were to see if you stepped into a rat trap and got incapacitated by a trap. That would have been a fun hour.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's go ahead and We did go a little over today.
We did.
The first half of that session went a little longer than I was expecting. The bookkeeping took longer than I was thinking
Yeah.
it was going to take. So, before we do any other rundowns here, I said I would award everybody a blip if they accomplished their goal during the Hardhead outbreak. So we'll start with Riot. The Hardheads are humiliated and, where possible, mitigate the loss of life. Do you feel like you deserve that blip?
Yeah.
What was the most humiliating thing you subjected the Hardheads to?
Almost definitely the seaming. You know how people have that dream where they show up for work and they forget to put their clothes on?
Yeah.
Those hardheads are going to have that dream every night for the rest of their lives.
That's true. That's absolutely... And if they don't, you will cast Dream to make sure that they do.
Riot is just that spiteful.
Every night. Hey, it's me again, fucker. Liberation.
Hey.
Minimize innocent casualties where innocents are unwilling participants. So how'd you do on that count?
Well, not really aware of the dwarf that got rolled in his own shop.
Right.
But other than that, I feel like I accomplished my goal.
Okay, because you went out of your way to give the Hardheads instructions. I was making morale checks on my side to see if and when they would start disobeying those orders.
Yeah.
Because they were so contrary to what else was happening. So, Mahogany...
Hopefully, Joss Whedon...
Your job was to make it look like the Hardheads were causing the chaos, and that Dwath's men would come in and restore order. The second wasn't going to come into play. That wasn't going to happen this session. But you feel like you deserve it for the first one?
Yeah, well, I mean, first of all, they, in the first part, made fools of themselves, causing a shit ton of chaos, and then pushing their way in. And then the second part, they made a giant mechanical golem to just kill people. So I feel like I got that one.
Okay. And finally, Nath. Minimize harm and minimize property damage. You feel like you got that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there wasn't a lot I could do about property damage, but they were clearly more interested in people, and I think I did a pretty good job stopping both sides from killing one another.
I mean, notably, you didn't do anything to damage any property.
Yeah.
All right. I've got to add up some experience on my end. I think the combat experience basically just comes down to the Hardheads you guys got. So give me 2 minutes to do that, and you guys be thinking about what you're going to do for the Blip Awards this week. I'll be right back.
Sure. Creative, it's got to be Mahogany for bringing the rats into that shop.
Yeah, there's no question about that.
Yeah.
Who furthered the party's goals?
What were the party's goals?
Yeah, the party doesn't have goals. That's the problem.
Well, here's the thing.
Everyone
Taking a long view,
Mhm.
Liberation did sow that seed of the Harmonium is going to be looking for us for to figure out what
Yeah,
our
you did
hand
the
weapons-
opposite of furthering the party's goals.
But
You're the only member of the party who did so.
But remember what Aunt Nancy said, that that we need more. We need to. If we fail this, we're back in the game.
No, he didn't say that because he said it had to happen off plane.
I don't remember him saying that.
I know. It's just driving me nuts all session.
I don't recall.
And
him
Kelian
saying
isn't
that.
here to collaborate.
Well, this is a more interesting thing. Okay, so we're just not giving the helping anybody award to anybody? Is that what's happening?
Well, I mean, Brick Rent went down a list of objectives, and everybody had a different objective.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the party's goals were.
Yeah.
Who did the most to stop the Hardheads from taking over? Well, that happened. If I was going to give it to anybody, I would probably give it to Nath, because, like, the Keystone Cops over here were not really, like, much of a threat to anybody. Everybody gave him a laugh easily enough, except for Mahogany. But this guy could have been really bad, and Nath shut that down real good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will agree with that.
Sounds good to me.
So, badass. Who's badass?
I think Riot did pretty good in being a rat.
I think Riot absolutely took out the most guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. And intangibles.
All right, I'm back. So, we give 1 blip for the most creative solution in the session.
That was rats into the shop for Mahogany.
Rats into the shop. It's pretty good. I have to wonder at what point during the design of 5th edition if somebody said, this is going to be really cumbersome. What if somebody summons 6 rat swarms at once? And then somebody else in the room probably said, we don't have to worry about it. Nobody will ever do that. That's a conversation that I'm sure happened somewhere at Wizards of the Coast. We give 1 blip for the assist. Who furthered the party's goals the most?
We decided Nath because he shut down the big guy.
Shut down the big guy. That was an excellent thing to have done, yes. Who gets the badass blip?
We decided Riot for taking out the most mans and then also making good her escape as a rat.
And let's not forget the nakedness.
Oh, yeah, true.
And we give 1 for the intangibles.
We didn't figure out.
We hadn't gotten there yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was tempted to give it for Liberation Spear Dump.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, the pipe. Yeah, that's good.
Sounds fine to me.
All right. Oh,
I get experience for having beer dumped on my head. I love it.
I know we went over this week, and we're going to try to get through beliefs as quickly as possible. Do we have any triple no's on beliefs?
I think I'm a triple no.
I mean, I'm capped, and I don't really feel like coming up with justifications, so I'll be a triple no.
What's Riot's belief?
Those with power who use it only in the service of themselves must have that power stripped from them. Riot killed a bunch of hardheads who...
Like, you actually literally stripped them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A more literal interpretation of her belief than you.
Did Riot learn anything new about her beliefs?
No.
And are they changing?
Nope.
What is Nath's belief?
Those who seek protection should be delivered to proper authorities free from any form of harm.
Oh, that doesn't jive with what I have written. I have written, fuck mind flayers.
No, this is flaw.
Did Nath live his belief this week?
Yes.
How so?
By doing his best to keep the Indepts that weren't fighting back from getting in harm's way.
Okay. Learn anything new about his beliefs?
Yes. Basically, that proper authority, as he suspected in a place like Sigil, is often a bunch of assholes who don't deserve that respect.
So what is Nath's opinion? Because he was watching you spent some time watching pretty intently, and he only saw a small percentage of bad apples amongst the hardheads.
And he didn't see any of their commanders immediately strip them of their position and throw them out of the faction, which to him is the only thing you should be doing in that situation.
So that's
bring them for reprimand.
So that's Nath's thing. If they don't get pulled out of the situation as soon as that happens, then the fault lies up the chain of command.
Yep.
Okay. And are his beliefs changing?
Yes. I think that I'm basically just going to add the line, even if that means harming that form of authority to the end.
Okay.
He'll be an anarchist by next week.
Oh, I thought he already was. Riot, 1 belief point. Nath, you can have 3 belief points. I'm going to go look at the straw poll here. And somehow Kelian won the straw poll.
Oh my gosh!
I don't even know how that happened.
Oh my god!
Mahogany got the straw poll.
Why was Kelian even on the straw poll?
He wasn't.
He wasn't.
All right, so everybody gets... right now, a blip is worth 1,000.
Yep.
Everybody gets 675 experience for the hardheads you took down in the big combat at the end.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been considerably more if you had killed the big guy, but we'll get the big guy next session. That's fine. Riots.
Mm-hmm.
You took the badass and your blip for your goal in the Harmonium fight. And I gave you your alignment blip. Chaotic good must be as mercurial as the waves crashing down as needed. You almost did that literally. Every action you took this session was causing chaos in the service of good. Almost, like, actually literally in the big melee here with the Maelstrom. Liberation.
Hey.
You got the intangibles, and you got your encounter blip for getting your goal. I also awarded you your flaw. I never enter a room without backup. Once again, you enter this melee without backup and get surrounded by angry indepts. And had to get your bacon saved.
Yep.
Nath. You took the assist blip, the one for your encounter goal. I gave you your alignment blip. There is a harmonious, correct way to act. Every action Nath took in the battle was in the service of maintaining harmony. Protect as many people as possible while causing the least amount of damage, even if it's my guys in the Harmonium doing the damage. I also awarded you your Harmonium blip. For basically the same reason. You have to, because you have to make a choice this session, and you're gonna have to make it more in the future. If the Harmonium that you stay loyal to are not the ones in Sigil, that's gonna cause more and more problems for you down the line. Mm-hmm. And you've started down that path in this fight. Mahogany, you got the creative blip, and the straw pull, and your encounter goals. And I was going back and forth on whether to award you your flaw blip. Because I'm finding it more and more difficult to award Mahogany his flaw blip, because people don't often tell him what to do. So I will just ask: does Mahogany trust himself to act on his own nowadays?
I was actually considering changing my flaw.
Okay.
Specifically because when Riot said put up the walls when I say to, I was like, nope.
Okay. So we'll forego the flaw blip, but we can go ahead and say that your flaw is resolved, and you can create a new one if you want. And another reason I was thinking about this a lot throughout this week was because you were talking about how like Mahogany's personality would change as a result of losing Serenity. Serenity is the one that she trusted the most. She's always the one she went look for advice. So yeah, if you want to come up with a new flaw at some point,
it's going to be something about feeling betrayed by Serenity.
Okay. It's not going to be I had to do push-ups in a force cage.
No, but here's the thing, though. I didn't hear you say Mahogany, you get your faction blip. And at the beginning of this session, when you asked everyone what their plan was, Mahogany said, I don't have one.
That's true.
That is very true.
I will award the faction blip for that. You know what? I have here the list of what everybody said their plan was, and Mahogany's is just blank. So, good on you. All right. So this was session 61.
Yeah.
Session 60 is not done processing yet. It's actually processing right at this moment, so I can get it uploaded. I want to go ahead and thank everybody for playing, as always.
Yo!
Yeah,
It's always a good time.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was a good
See
game.
y'all next week. Peace
Thank
out.
you very much, Brick Road.
Later.
Later.
Later.